Hi everybody, it's Jennifer. Welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone has had a good weekend and has had a good week this past week. I'm gonna kind of do a little bit of everything today. I'm gonna do a kind of update, and then I'm also going to do some get to know me tag questions. Since I've gotten a whole bunch of new subscribers since the DP-a-thon, so I thought I would do those and go from there. So let's see. Oh, this week has been kind of I don't know, special. I don't know if that's what you want to call it. Just been trying to clean out some stuff around here. And the boys are getting ready to go back to school. So we've been kind of, cleaning out stuff and trying to get stuff that I guess we kind of collected out of the way. Unfortunately, I didn't realize how much crap my kids or I have, and let me tell you that it's been interesting. Things that I thought we didn't have anymore, I found, and yeah, it's been an interesting little adventure. The reason that we've been doing that is, as I said a couple weeks ago, my daughter Miranda, who she's going back to school for her GED, and also she will also be taking online courses, college courses afterwards. So she needed a computer. So I am getting a computer. A friend of mine had a computer that they don't really use. They bought it, and then of course then they changed their minds. And I was gonna take it, and then I said no. So I called. Yes, I do. I deal with Rent-A-Center, and don't judge. So Rent-A-Center is bringing me a new computer tomorrow, and they are going to set that up for me, and then my daughter gets my old computer, and she will and then she'll be set. So that was done. But yeah, it's been an experience cleaning out her room, and my next step is to clean out the boys' bedroom, especially their closet, because I walked in there the other day to get things situated, since school's getting ready to start, and try to get them on especially Josh Skylar, little dude, on a routine so that he could go to sleep at a decent hour. And all that. And let me tell you, I had no clue that their room was that I don't want to say it was that cluttered. It's just a closet, and there's stuff in there, like old clothes that Justin put in there that's too small. So we are going through all that. That's going to take a couple of days at least, but oh my gosh, didn't realize. So I've got to go through all that, bag that up, and give that to Goodwill or what have you, so that, you know, they have something in there and have some kind of space. So that's been our kind of thing. And of course, you know, then of course I end up, as I was telling everybody in my live on Saturday, I really didn't do, and it wasn't that I didn't want to. I did do, you know, a couple videos last week, and it was kind of hard too, because number one, I have arthritis in my knees, and well, been having a hard time moving around, you know, walking or whatever. And anyway, I had to basically I spent 3 or 4 days in my recliner with my legs propped up, both of my knees propped up, with the heating pad laid out across both of them, and it wasn't pretty. I just like, really. And all I can say is it sucks getting old. I'm gonna be 50 in October, and it just sucks like you wouldn't believe. So I could have probably recorded videos from my recliner, but it just, I did want to do that. Don't ask me why. I just didn't want to do that, because to me that would have been just thinking that, you know, that's all I do is sit on my butt all day, and I don't. But so I just, you know, but right now I'm all good. I mean, I'm not hurting, and I'm just kind of, you know, I'm glad for now. I mean, I guarantee you that once it gets really cold, or especially in the wintertime, it's going to be, it's going to be really, really bad. But that's okay. It's the price you pay when you get old and you get arthritis. And I'm just all falling apart. But, and like I said, the boys start school in 2 weeks. So I'm trying to get them back into a routine, which is kind of hard, because I have a 17-year-old that loves to stay up all night, and I think it's because he can't sleep. I don't know. And I play hell trying to get him up. And so that's all of this color already. Oh my goodness. Okay. Wow. Alrighty then. So I pay, yes, I said it, I hell trying to get him up, or just trying to get him to, you know, do whatever. And sometimes, you know, there's knockdown, drag out issues. So they know, but it's just, well, he knows. I think now he knows that, you know, oh, school's getting ready to start, so I'm gonna have to I think he's realized that since school's starting, he's going to have to get with the program a little bit. And he, sorry, he, he's going in, this is his last year. So I think he's kind of, you know, ready for that. I know he's ready for that. So I'm not, but he is. He's ready, which, and of course, you know, I'm a mom, and not all moms are ready to see their kids grow up and get ready to move out. He's not going to college. I don't know what he's going to do with himself. He hasn't really said. It's kind of up in the air. I've asked him, and he's just kind of like, I'm just going to get a job. Okay, well, that's not what I'm asking you. What do you want to do with your life? So, yeah, we're still on that debate. But right now, he's, you know, working on trying to go back to work with his dad. And even though I have my misgivings about that, but it's alright. All he cares is it's money, and he can deal with the whatever you call it, chaos with his dad, if he can, as long as his dad pays him. So, which, you know, I get it. I mean, he wants to be an adult, and he wants to grow up and do his things. So, which is fine. I mean, that's what I raised him to do, and be independent. So, I'm kind of like, To me, I think it's happened too quick. That's just me. Who knows? I don't know. I mean, he grew up too fast on me. I'm still trying to come to some kind of, I don't even know how to put that, some kind of realization that, yeah, he's not this little kid anymore. He's 17, so he's going to be 18, and I'm still trying to come to that realization that next month my son will be 18 years old. So, but, you know, he can't stay my baby for too long. And I don't think he's going to want to, is the thing. Because I know him. And he's going to look at me funny now that I say this, but and that's probably why he doesn't come out here, because he heard me recording and he knows I'm going to say this, and because it'll embarrass him. But he's still my little man, and I kind of don't want him to grow up, but that's okay. We will be okay. So, that's being said, and then Skylar, little dude's ready for school. Almost. He's got his teacher. We got that in the mail today. And then, he's already excited about that. And, he's gonna be in 4th grade. So, yeah, it's gonna be interesting. So that's that, and let's see what else. Oh, I've been trying to decide now that we're getting this computer um, and so forth. I've been trying to decide if I want to move my drafting table and all that back into the bedroom where I had it before when I started doing my diamond painting videos, or if I want to leave it out here in the living room. Only because it's hard to explain. I mean, I live in an apartment, so I don't have a whole lot of space. And the space I do have, it's kind of one of those things where I don't even know how to explain it. I live in an apartment, so it's kind of hard to, maneuver in an apartment. And I have to, put, it's basically my craft areas, my craft stuff is all over the place. I've got some back in my bedroom. I've got, most of it out here, but it's just the point. So it's kind of, one of those things. And do I wish I had more room? Oh, sure. I sure do. But I don't think that's going to happen. So, but anyway, so I'm in debate about that, trying to figure out what I'm going to do with that. Because if I move everything back in my room, it's quieter and I can record, back there uninterrupted. And so there's a couple of things that I need to decide and figure out before I go from there. Because I don't want to do something and move a bunch of stuff and decide or do something and then, not want to do it. So, yeah. So anyway, that's basically what's been going on around here. It's just, mundane, boring stuff. So, now, tag questions. I'm going to start those. Found these. Laura Law gave me this idea. I've done this before, but I didn't do a whole lot. I've done this before. I usually do it when, I know I have new subscribers or get a whole and anyway, I didn't do it from the last DP-a-thon when I got the new subscribers, because I had a lot going on and didn't get to. So I think Laura Law just kind of reminded me of it. So thank you, Laura Law. So we're going to start. These are get to know me. And some of them so we'll start this. So let's see. First question is, are you named after anyone? Sort of. My middle name is after my mom's best friend. One of my mom's best friends. I do believe. At least that's what she's always told me. She had a best friend. I know my sister is, but she had a best friend that was named after her, or that my sister is named after. Her middle name is. Now, as for me, I know it's a friend of my mother's, but I'm not sure who the friend is. I can't remember. So, but my middle name is Sue. And to be truthful, like I said, I can't remember who it is. She never really, told me. I've asked, and you would think that she would remember. Let's see, what else? Do you have any kids? Yes, I have 6 children altogether. One lives with my mother, my oldest son, Eric. He lives in an apartment above my parents' garage. Then I have another child, and she is in college in Pennsylvania. She is 17, 15, 16, I do believe. I can't remember. Then I have 2 girls, which are, you guys have heard me talk about those. Those have heard me talk about my girls. Ariel, and she's 24. And then Miranda, which you guys know her. She is 21. And no, she's not here right now. Then I have Justin, who is 17. And he's a senior in high school. Then I have Skylar, and he is going into 4th grade. He is going to be, he's 9, going on 10. And that's really all of my children. Let's see. If you were another person, would you be a friend or yourself? Oh my goodness. Probably myself. Probably myself. Just because I'm happy with myself, I guess. So I'm just happy with myself. I guess that's what you want to say. I don't want to change anything about myself. Letter A, 760. Do you use sarcasm a lot? Oh my gosh. gosh, when it comes to having a conversation with my children, yes. Or well, it all really all depends. I guess it all depends on the situation. I don't use it all the time. And one reason is because I think most of the time people don't realize when I'm being sarcastic and when I'm not. So I don't really use it a lot. And of course, I really don't go anywhere a lot, a whole lot of places to be using it a lot. So it's, it's kind of one of those things that I don't go very many places. So I don't, use sarcasm all that much. Okay. Sorry, gotta change it. Getting ready to go with, sorry. Next section. What's the first thing that I notice about people? Gosh, that could be a lot of things. Good grief. That's what do I notice? I guess it really depends. I guess I look at their, let's see, what do I notice? I look at their face to see if, good grief. See, this is a question I can't answer. We'll skip that question. What is my eye color? My eye color is blue. I think I'm the only one in my family of my sisters that has blue eyes. Skylar has blue eyes. So, and it's one of those, in my family now. I don't know about but that's one of the things in my family that's really popular is blue eyes. Scary movie or happy endings? It's got to be happy endings. Scary movies just kind of I can't really watch scary movies. I can, but there are some that I will not watch. And yeah, there are some that I just refuse to watch. What's the furthest you've ever been from home? Nova Scotia in Canada. That's the furthest I've ever been from home. My parents used to take us camping out there or up there all the time. And then of course we have this story. There's this little funny story. I never liked to go camping. Can't stand it. Just was never one of those big, outdoors people. I'm still not. And I just don't like, especially sleeping outdoors in a tent. Can't stand it. Mm-mm. Just forget it. It's never gonna happen. So, anyway, my parents, it was something that they did every year. Every summer, we would go to Nova Scotia to go camping. Well, one year, my dad decided that he wanted to go to the Bay of Fundy. And, well, the Bay of Fundy is, it's very different, I'll put it that way. So, anyway, we were walking along on some, I can't even remember now, it was a trail or something. And I literally fell in the Bay of Fundy. And I got soaking wet all down one leg. And of course, you know, that's an ongoing story about, you know, and this is from somebody that doesn't like to go camping. So, when it happened, my father, you know, kind of laughed, and I turned around and I said, see, this is why I don't want to go camping. And he just looked at me and he says, I'm sorry. And, of course, the same night, I had gone, there was somebody else in the campground where we were camping that lived in Maryland. And I don't really remember doing this, but my father, you know, my parents told me about this story so many times it's not funny, but I practically went up to the people and asked them to take me back home because I wanted to go back home. I didn't want to, I just didn't like camping. Couldn't stand it. Hate it. And of course, eventually I didn't have to go. So that's really the only that's the only furthest place I've been from home. Where was I born? I was born here in Salisbury, in Maryland, but I grew up, I've been here all my life. Never been anywhere else. Never lived anywhere else. So I'm from Maryland originally. Would I love to live somewhere else? Of course I would. But I don't think that's ever going to happen. So, unless there's a miracle somewhere or something majorly drastically happens. What is my zodiac sign? My zodiac sign is Scorpio. Do I believe in it? No. I don't do the horoscopes. To me, I used to read them, but I don't really pay that stuff attention, because to me it doesn't, what are your hobbies? My hobbies are, Let's see. I like to cross stitch. I've been cross stitching since my older son, who is now 28 years old, was since I was pregnant with him. So I've been cross stitching for 29 years. I did try quilting, but that just didn't appeal. I did make a couple of quilts, and then I tried it on my own without my mother's help, and that didn't work. I just didn't get very far in that whole hobby. Let's see. I do scrapbook. I haven't scrapbooked in a while. It's been a while since I did any scrapbooking. I have several scrapbook albums that I have done over the years. But now that I don't have a camera, I just kind of, gave up with it. And of course, diamond painting, which I've been doing this since November. What was my favorite and worst subject in school? My favorite subject in school was English and history. Those were my favorite subjects. My worst subjects were math and biology, or any kind of science. I couldn't do it. I refused. Math and no, I can't do math to save my butt. I mean, I can add, subtract, and divide, but if it's anything else, you can forget it. I have no clue how to do algebra, how to do any of that stuff. And nowadays, I mean, granted, I'm not good with math anyway, period. But this has gone to show me how totally dumb I am when it comes to math. My little dude, Skylar, used to bring math home every night. That was, and, some of the things, they send home, yeah, I could do. But when they send stuff home that I have no clue what in the world, and I'm sitting there and I'm looking at him, I'm looking at these things and I'm like, seriously? How do you do these things? I mean, he knows how to do this stuff. I don't. So I'm looking at him like, okay. So he just, it makes me laugh because he knows. And he'll even ask me sometimes if he doesn't understand something. And then when I don't understand it, then, we're both looking at each other like, what do we do? So, yeah. So that's mainly who are some of my favorite YouTubers? Well, Stitcherista, Mrs. Coffee, Laura Law, Diamond in the Rough, And excuse me, um, created mayhem. So how is my relationship with my parents? Um, I don't want to say we really have one. It's kind of broken apart, and it's for several reasons. But I think, we've kind of gotten to that age where, I don't know, but my parents and I don't really talk anymore as much as, we used to. Um, it's, my family's strange. I'll put it that way. So, let's see. Do I consider myself a good cook? It all depends. My kids used to say I couldn't cook. They used to make fun of me. And, but then again, there's several other people that happen to like, my, that happen to like my food or like my cooking. So it's kind of one of those, I don't know. I try to be. I never really, took any cooking lessons. My parents just kind of, I'm not saying this is bad, but I think no, jeez. Oh, I just hit my knee. Ooh, that's going to be sore. I think they just kind of saw it that because I watched and stood there and watched them, do their thing of cooking or what have you, that I would know what to do. Believe me, I watched a lot of Food Network, and I even had to end up just following directions on things and looking things up because, I was never really, 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 really taught anything like that. So, yeah, it was just, one of those things. If money were no object, what would you get for your birthday? Oh, Lord. Oh, my gosh. I'd be doing a lot of craft hauling, going to Michael's, diamond paintings, cross stitch. So, yeah. Let's see, if you could live anywhere in the world, where would it be? Truthfully, I would love to live out in the country or in the mountains, as long as I had some kind of internet and TV, because you got to be able to be, don't want to be like, gone away from the outside world. Um, what's my favorite thing to have for breakfast? Oh my gosh. Scrapple and eggs. I love scrapple. And those of you that don't know what scrapple is, it's it's part of a pig. I'm not even gonna explain it. But oh my gosh. I love scrapple. That's one of my favorite breakfast breakfast foods. Let's see what else. Um, see. I'm thinking. I'm looking. What is my favorite? Oh, what is my longest relationship? Um, good grief. I had one. I was in one for 8 years. Um, it ended badly only because we found out that he had um, abused my two girls. So it was kind of like, and of course I didn't know that he was doing this. He and I were dating for 8 years. I had no clue that these things were happening, and that's really the longest relationship I've ever been in. Um, After that, everything, I kind of didn't have another relationship, and which is fine because I'm to this point now. I've been single this long. It's not going to kill me. So, but that's all right. Not a big deal. Let's see what else. Am I an extrovert or an introvert? Oh my gosh, I'm an introvert. Let me tell you, I usually I'm shy. I don't usually talk this much. Um, but after getting over being shy and not opening up well to people, I just kind of just had to step out of that and bite the bullet. And I'm still learning. And believe me, it's hard because I am normally a very shy person. I don't try to, make conversation with somebody unless they are the ones that initiate the conversation. So it's just kind of, that's how I am. Let's see, what else did I miss? Do I have any pets? No, I don't have any pets. I used to have a pet. I used to have a dog. Well, I don't really want to say he was mine. I guess you could say he kind of became mine. I became attached to him. My parents had a black lab, and I remember when I was like 3 or 4 years old, he was my buddy, and he was always there, playing with me or what have you, and he's always been there, so right-handed or left-handed? I'm right-handed. Let's see, now my son is left-handed. He's the only one. My older son, Justin, is left-handed. Everybody else in our family is right-handed. Who would have thought, right? And of course, he thought there was something wrong with him because he was left-handed, but I think he likes being left-handed. So it's kind of funny. But when I noticed he was left-handed, I was trying so hard to, when I was teaching him how to eat and hold a fork, I was trying so hard to teach him how to, you know, I kept trying to hold his hand and hold his you know, utensil in his right hand, and oh no, he used to get upset with me, and finally we realized, okay, well maybe he's left-handed. So but he likes being left-handed. It's kind of interesting for him to be left-handed. Oh, let's see what else. That's all my tag questions. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I'm missing to talk about. Oh, I will not be doing a live on Saturday. Mrs. Coffee will be doing a 12-hour live. So I'm trying to decide about my live. I'm trying to decide if I'm going to do one day this week or not. I haven't really got that far. So, yeah. I will definitely let y'all know if I decide to do one. But videos will be up this week. And everything will be back on track. So, I'm kind of, you know. So, until then, guys, I will see you next time. And I hope everyone has a great week. And if you like the video, please hit the like button. And if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. And thank you. And God bless.